Greetings, fellow 151st members. This is your Admiral speaking, and welcome to what I hope is the first in a long line of videos around the world of warships. The purpose of these videos is just to share my own thoughts on the game, some tips, tricks, and the ships I use with the builds that I use. Hopefully they will be informative, and I hope you get something out of them. Now you're probably sitting there thinking, but Admiral, hang on, if I want to learn about, ships and recommended builds, and I can just listen to Flamu or iChase or Jingles. And well, yeah, that's true, you can. I mean, I still watch their videos and I still thoroughly enjoy them, and I always learn a lot from them. But I just wanted to branch out and do something a little bit different with the game. I like helping people where I can, so hopefully these videos will serve purposes for all of us. Also, for as some of you may be aware, I don't get a chance to jump on the headset very often. So this is also another way for me to keep up communications with you guys when I'm not able to get online. I want these videos to be tailored to you guys as well, so if you have any thoughts about what you like to see, anything you'd like me to cover, a particular ship you want to see, bear in mind I'm not a community contributor and I don't have a press account. All I have are just the ships on my live server. If I have a particular ship, I will certainly do it. If I don't, well, that may prove a little bit more tricky, but I'll still see what I can do for you. Anyway, kicking off today's video, we are in the Scharnhorst, the Tier 7 German premium battleship. We're on the map Strait, and correction, we're on the map Fault Line, and we're heading over to Charlie to support our team. Detected already, so it tells me that there's a destroyer close by, most likely heading into Bravo. Our destroyer is currently capturing Charlie, and there are two ships on the enemy side heading that way, the Tier 5 and 6 French ships, the Emile Bertin and the La Galissonière, and those torpedoes look like they might actually hit that Tier 6 cruiser. Yep, there's one hit. There's two, and he is gone. So that just leaves the Tier 5, the Emile, and it looks like he's going to do the brave thing today and run like hell. As you can see, he's turning back in towards the island, so I'm not going to get a lot of ships to shoot at if I decide to proceed down the channels, so I quickly turn in myself back towards Bravo, and I'll do my best to try and support the New York that's already heading in that direction. Okay, still undetected at this moment, so I'm guessing the destroyer is somewhere behind that island. I'm now detected, which means I'm gonna have to expect torpedoes very, very soon. Shots coming in at the New York. Oh, there goes the smoke screen. So at this point I turn in, hoping to get a shot in the Emile, but he drops out again. And start to turn back, and this is where I need to start to slow down a little bit, because I know that there's going to be torpedoes coming soon. Set my secondaries to the which is the Tier 5 premium Japanese destroyer. Overpens. Even overpens in this ship can still do a fair bit of damage. You can see my secondaries are already going off. And he is about to drop out as he heads back in behind that smoke screen. There he goes, I guess the last position. And a couple more overpens. Expecting torpedoes any second now that he's out of sight. thankfully we have a carrier, and it looks like his torpedo bombers. Yep, I've spotted those torpedoes. There's 2 lots going to the New York and 1 lot coming for me. So this is where I start to turn in order to avoid. I don't know why so many battleship commanders insist on sailing in straight lines. It's not that hard to dodge torpedoes if you know they're coming. Oh, there's the kamikaze back. Take another shot. You might notice the reticule that I'm using for the aiming all those lines, and I'll explain those in another video later on. Suffice to say, I use them mainly for the spotter planes. I don't use a spotter on the Scharnhorst. I used to, and then when ranked started, I switched across to fighter because I was seeing quite a number of carriers, and the Scharnhorst AA is not the most fantastic out there, let's be honest. So having that fighter aircraft does help. And just going down, and he's landed. Still got my secondary set to the kamikaze, but that Nagato is just, I don't know what he is doing. He's about to take a big hit from our carrier. His guns are also pointing in the opposite direction, so it means I can shoot at him with near impunity. I'm not expecting any fire in return. But my biggest threat at this point is still that kamikaze, which is hiding in Bravo. As you know, he's got more torps out. I think he's going after our destroyer or our battleship. Another 2. I think he's just dropped out of focus again. So I'm going to look at resetting my secondaries to the Nagato, and I will slowly start to close him. Because even if I don't get the kill, I can still start fires, which can do a lot of damage. As I said before, I'm not sure what that Nagato was doing or what he was hoping to achieve. You can see secondaries have already opened up, get shots out, a little bit of damage there. Put the torpedoes out just in case, but I think he's going to die before they get there. Yep, there he goes, and yeah, the kamikaze has just taken out our friendly destroyer. So now I've got to try and not get torpedoed. The kamikaze has a pretty quick reload actually. So you see here, I wait until he's fully committed to turn, elevate the gun, and there we go, penetration damage to finish him off. If you can get AP to stick in a destroyer, it does do a ton of damage. So now we're looking down towards the southwest. There's a Krasny Chrome. Why anyone has and uses that ship, I have no idea. It's just completely beyond me. But again, you notice I reset my secondaries. I always make sure if I'm in a ship with manual secondaries, or really any battleship for that matter, I always make sure I set a priority target for both secondaries and air defense. It's generally the first thing I do. I'm always looking for that next target, always looking to set my secondaries. Now he actually causes me a few problems here. He's maneuvering, yeah, he's about to set me on fire. But I find it very hard to actually get some decent shots on this guy. Trying to hit a kiting cruiser is very, very difficult. You can see he set the fire. I turn away because I'm going to use this island and try and support our New York, which is heading between the 2 islands. Now he's overextending himself here. He's going up against the Congo and the Nagato. Now there's a bit of a misplay by him. He is not going to survive this encounter. I'll admit I did think of doing the same thing. through there as well, but even I had my doubts about whether or not I would have survived this encounter. But I'm out of the way now of the Krasny. And that fire's almost out. Don't repair straight away because I do have adrenaline rush, which means I can pull fire a little bit quicker. But I have set my secondaries. I try and squeeze torpedoes between the wreck of the New York and the island in order to hit the Congo. But I have set him on fire, which I think he's just put out straight away. I don't know why battleship commanders insist on putting out a fire when they only have one. He's out of range at the moment, so I reset my secondaries in the Nagato to try and get a little bit of damage on him. Switch back to the Congo, and put the torps out just to see what I can do. Again, reset the secondaries. Now the Nagato's behind the island, I can't hit him. And that Krasny is just absolutely annoying the shit out of me at this point. So wait for him to commit to the turn, shots out, just set the Congo on fire again, take out the Krasny, get 3 torpedo hits on the Congo. 1, 2, 3. Yep, take out most of his health, and because he's burned his damage control already to put out the fires, he is going to flood badly. And there he goes. That was a very satisfying kill, I will admit. I don't think I'm going to get any shots on that Nagato before he succumbs as well. Yep, as you can see, burned down by what looks like the carrier's dive bombers. Now at this point I was looking at perhaps going after the enemy carrier, but the problem I had was I had no idea where he was. He hadn't been spotted the entire match. So in the end I decided, you know what, I think going after that Scharnhorst over at A is probably a much better option at this point. At least I'm guaranteed some damage, and I'm not going to spend the rest of the game trancing all over the rest of the map trying to find something that may not be there. So again, turning towards Alpha, keeping an eye on the enemy planes. I can see where they're going, so I've got a fair idea where the enemy carrier is, but I just can't be bothered going to look for him. Again, reset my secondaries. Wait for him to pop out from behind the island there. Should be able to get a few good hits on him. Full broadside out. And blech. Yeah, that could have gone a lot better. Not a great deal of damage. Secondaries start going off. I turn in because I am expecting torpedoes from him. Slightly better. Secondaries are still going. Yep, there are his torpedoes. Don't know where they were going to do that right. That was a decent hit. And he gets taken out, and that is the end of the game. Not a bad effort for a tier 5 to 7 match. 103,000 damage. 308,000 credits earned, 4,500 XP. And second top scored, our hero did very well, shooting 55 aircraft down, so I'll compliment him. He played very well. This guy. Okay. Damage report, just over 500,000 potential damage, which I guess in a match like this isn't too bad. If I'd been in a tier 9 match I would have expected probably at least twice that. But you can see their main battery over 58,000, torpedoes 27,000, and over 11,000 damage from the secondaries, so not too bad overall, all things considered. You see most of the damage done to the Congo with those 3 torpedoes. Did a massive amount of damage. And about 4,500 elite commander XP earned, which will be very useful in helping me level my Moskva captain. Anyway, on to my recommended build for the Scharnhorst. So main armaments mod 1, to prevent damage to main battery and torpedoes. Secondary mod 2 for increased secondary range, comes in very handy. Demicon 1, reduced chance of flood and fire, and steering gear mod, kind of goes without saying. Now the commander I'm using in here is my Kurfürst commander, as 19-point captain. So, and this is my commander build, so preventative maintenance, expert marksman, faster turret reverse, adrenaline rush, basic firing training, superintendent, advanced firing training, and manual secondaries. So you can see there everything spec for secondaries. Well everyone, that concludes the commentary for this replay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care and I'll see you on the high seas. Ciao.